How's it going, Forks? How's it going, Forks? 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 So we already had a wooden frog request. And also, I saw earlier, Tony, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate the sub. If you have any custom fancy deluxe triggers that you want, do let me know. Okay, resting after 2 blood draws and an appointment with the endocrinologist. Yes, please rest, please rest. Atherin, hello, welcome, Atherin. I hope I said that right. Welcome to the onsen. I hope you have a lovely stay. Let me give you a name trace. I just need to get my special name tracing supplies. Ready? ATHSURAN. Welcome. My weekend was honestly a little stressful. The weekend itself, yeah, it was a little stressful. It was stressful going in because I had like a lot of last minute, like emergency putting out fires kind of work at work. So I know I did the delay stream on Friday too, and then more stuff came up today as well this morning for me. Work has been very stressful. And then weekend, I had a decent time. I got to eat at a really tasty restaurant. It was really good. It's like a Chinese seafood restaurant. And I tried it last month and it was really tasty. Or not last month, last week. It was really tasty, so I took my family there and they liked it. And then I spent a lot of time just like cleaning up, doing chores, that kind of stuff. So not very exciting, but but you know, it was fine. It was okay. But I apologize if I do sound like dead. I'm a little bit dead inside today. But that's okay. We can all be dead inside together. I'm simple, secure, creative model I follow. Staying with ASMR until vibes now. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And hi. I'm now fully into the phase of my move. I locked in my move out date of my apartment and they're charging 2 months of rent to break the lease. Bruh. Oh, well, I guess technically there was an agreement. But they can waive it if they want. They're just being mean. I feel like sometimes if you manage to find someone to replace you, they will not. Or you can negotiate and be like, well, I found someone to replace me, so don't charge me for breaking the lease. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on how nice your landlords are. It's okay. Okay, as long as you can cover it. Yeah, then that's good. I'm glad. Oh. Oh, sweet. Twitch Jobs Rob isn't here. I hate that guy. Oh, yeah, that guy, he's... I don't know who that guy is. I don't know what you're talking about. But definitely not the same guy as the YouTube version of that guy with the same username. That would be crazy. If someone can watch me on YouTube or on Twitch. Wild. Wild thoughts. I just want to be in Japan soon. Yes, soon. It's soon. You will be very soon. Super excited for you, dude. Super excited. I'm sure it'll be wonderful. A big, fun adventure. A nice change of pace, I hope. Moving to a new country is like pretty crazy. It's a big deal. I've never actually done it myself. I've always lived in like the same place, relatively. Like, I moved apartments, I moved cities, but it doesn't really make a difference because most of the cities in my area are pretty close together, so I can't say that I've, like, truly moved and lived in another place before. But it's on my bucket list. It's on my bucket list, maybe. It's one of my longest running multi-channel bits. I just forget how long what YouTube stream delay is. Oh, is the delay on YouTube really bad? That sucks. But I find that people don't really chat on YouTube. People usually chat on Twitch, and then they will watch VODs or lurk on YouTube maybe because the quality is like better, like video wise. Come visit Tokyo. But honestly, I bet I do a lot of collabs. Yeah, I'm sure there's tons. There's tons. There's freaking tons of YouTubers in Tokyo. I'm sure. I'm sure there's a lot of people that will wanna collab and gonna do cool things. There's so much stuff to do there in Tokyo. Tokyo's freaking huge. So, yeah. Excited for you, hopefully. Literally everybody I know is going to Japan right now. I mean, you're moving to Japan, so it's a bit different, but all of my coworkers have been to Japan this year or are gonna go in the next couple months. And like my sister just told me that she's like, I'm gonna go to Japan next year because my bestie went and she loved it and I've never been and everyone else has been. And I'm like, okay, yeah, go for it. Enjoy it. So yeah, I guess now is a really good time to go. A lot of people have been going lately. It's less about people being in Tokyo, but more like everyone visits Tokyo. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people like to visit Tokyo. It's like, I feel like if you exist in the VTuber spheres, the amount of people that are VTubers that like anime slash Japan in general is very high percentage. I don't remember why I decided that my YouTube and Twitch accounts hate each other, but I think it's just funny. It's a little silly. It's so silly. You should make them fight. We should fight with you. Just kidding, don't do that. Yeah, that's crazy. I know two other people who are moving to Japan right now too. Oh, no way. Yeah, a lot of people have been doing that lately. Escaping Burgerland. Honestly, yeah. That's totally fair. That's totally fair. Burgerland has been going through it for many years, but especially in the last few. And you still got a few more years to go. But I have faith that Burgerland will improve in the future. I have hope. Because if it doesn't, then I'm also screwed by association, I think. Maybe I also have to move continents at that point. The first thing people have in mind when they got enough money to vacate time to Japan. I hear it's cheaper nowadays compared to before. And I know certainly their food is like way cheaper over there than it is in Canada. Canada's prices for food is whack. It's truly whack. Like, being alive is so expensive. Tisk tisk. So I get why people want to make a big move. And Japan is like a lovely place to be, generally. At least in terms of like nice little lifestyle things and like being able to transit places without a car and like walk around. Very good for that kind of thing. But if you work for a Japanese company, I know it's a little bit rough. I've had a friend that was my like coworker at my last job, and she lived in Japan for 3 years, and she was a designer for 3 years, and like they worked her to the bone, and she didn't get paid that much. So she was just like, yeah, I had to, like, I love Japan, but I had to move back to Canada because I can't keep affording to live like this. And I was like, oh no, that sucks, dude. So unfortunately, if I ever did move somewhere, I would like to keep my salary and then just work somewhere else for a little bit. That's the dream anyway. Also hi. I've done it before. It's so much funnier if both chats are displayed on stream. Do I not have both chats on stream? Oh yeah, I don't think I can. At this time. Maybe. I think there is a way to have both chats displayed now. There's like a couple of different ways. I just haven't integrated them yet. So no one else can see your YouTube messages on the stream. Sorry. Even if Burgerland was in a good place, it isn't walkable. Being able to move around via train and bus easily will be so nice. Yes, that would be really, really lovely to be able to just transit and walk. Or even like bike. You could bike. You can scoot. Whoa. Big train. Big train. It's big train time. And oh, there's a wee woo and there's a train. Crazy. A lot of my whole house is shaking. Oh my god. Sorry. These trains are like they're unloading some stuff, I think. Inflation is whack. Inflation is indeed whack. Japan is good as long as you aren't working for a Japanese company. Yes, exactly. Preach. Canada food is like $1 bajillion. Yeah, bajillion dollars. Like, you know that Arrested Development meme about like, oh, how much could a banana cost? $8? Yes, actually, now it does cost like $8 for a banana. It's whack. So expensive. And Twitch doesn't enforce the chats on the screen thing. Yeah, that's true. I think I just like didn't have a like I use Atom to integrate my chats together on my view, but then for whatever reason the widget that they have, or like the OBS plugin, I guess, thing that they have, didn't work for me. It wasn't great. I think they were still like working out the kinks, so I haven't used it. I've been using my old chat displaying method, but I don't know. I'll play around with it. YouTube chat or second class citizens forever. I mean, I started on Twitch, so I feel like most of my audience is on Twitch, and I will cater to that for the most part. But I do appreciate people who watch VODs on YouTube. I just don't have as much like stuff integrated as a YouTube live streamer, I guess. Like there's less ways, or I don't know. It's not as easy to like integrate like the trigger redeems for ASMR, for example, or like, I don't know, certain other interactivity features, you know? So unfortunately, YouTube doesn't care that much about improving the live streaming experience for now. So it will remain that way until YouTube decides to invest time and effort. Those are some interesting trains. I mean, the trains are important. I love trains. They're very important. Sometimes they're very loud and they're very close to me. I use one for my chats. It works for mixing TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, but there are other options. Oh, you can mix all three. That's crazy. I don't stream on TikTok because I don't have a stream key for it. And I didn't want to like have to open up OBS and open up the TikTok streaming thing. But I feel like a lot of people do grow if they stream on TikTok. So I've thought about it. I always just forget. So many chats to manage. My brain is too small. My cells are too simple. Man, should I have to deal with Twitch Javsarab? That guy sucks. Well, I don't wanna talk badly about him, just in case, you know, he might be lurking around or something. I don't think that's very nice. Plus, the YouTube donuts could redeem triggers. Yeah, that's true. But then they would be like, oh, for Twitch you don't have to pay, and for YouTube you do have to pay. It's still like a little imbalanced. TikTok streams are kind of goated, but yeah, you have to use TikTok Live Studio properly to use the site. Optionally, you can stream with Stream Elements. Yeah, but I don't really use Stream Elements anymore, so... The only thing I use Stream Elements for now is for the fish game in the corner, because I don't know how to host it any other way, but everything else I have on my own machine or like locally hosted, just because I found that with Stream Elements, for whatever reason, things would break pretty often. And I just got kind of tired of it. And then there's also just like, I guess, political reasons why people stopped using it. So I was like, okay, I guess this is a good time to stop using it too. But yeah, I guess I'm sure it's still very useful for some things. Yeah, I don't use SC for those other reasons. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I'm not gonna like be upset or something if other people use them. I just like personally rather not if I don't have to. Mm-hmm. There are alternatives like Nightbot. Yeah, I know. There's Nightbot too. I've used Nightbot in the past as well. But now I just do everything on item or like streamer, not item, streamer bot. And I don't know. I don't want to have to like switching bots is kind of a bitch. I don't like having to switch bots. Every time someone's like, "This bot is so good," or like, "You should use this bot," I'm like, but all the bots have different documentation, and then there's no easy way to migrate it, and then you have to like recreate all of the different little like interactions and like commands and blah 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 blah. It's too much work. I'm a very like lazy person. I'm lazy, all right? It takes time to get the to get everything set up. And so if it's set up, I'm usually too lazy to change it. Item is so much better. TikTok just needs to work with them to give access. Yeah, I know. I'm just waiting for the day when TikTok is finally like, okay, sure, yes. Because like that would make my life so much easier. There's also Buttspot. That's a fun. Wait, Buttspot? What the heck is Buttspot? Buttspot? It's just fun to say Buttspot. Buttspot, 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 Buttspot. Is it just like, is it a little butt that every time it sends a message in chat, there's a little butt that you can get butt facts? Yeah, I never heard of Buttspot. Oh, we had a wooden frog redeem. Hold on. Well, I gotta go back to being productive. Have fun with the bots or whatever. Thanks, Di. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, see you later. Enjoy being productive. Spooky. Ominous productivity. No, it basically finds random words from random people's messages and replaces it with the word but. So it like scans the people's messages for anything that's like a noun and then replaces those nouns with the word but. I'm still on Buttspot. Let's do it. Oh no. Oh my gosh. For your birthday, do you mean your butt's day? Your birth's butt? Hi, Jeff. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Welcome on the Twitch side. says that he hates you, so I guess the feeling is mutual. I'm just hoping for a chill day today. Chill stream today. I feel like I've had a pretty tumultuous couple days. So it'd be nice to chill. Originally I did have a what was I doing again? I got distracted. Oh no, I forgot. That's okay. Hi, Money. Hope you had a wonderful day. Hi. My day was okay. It was quite hectic. I had a lot of meetings today, a lot of work stuff today. So I'm a little bit like, well, you know, like, oh, man. Oh, thank you for the hub pass. Thank you. I pat back. I'm fully aware no refrain is nearly as funny as that. I'm glad you're giving yourself enjoyment. Same TBH, I've been kind of stressed these past few days. Oh man, sorry that you've also been stressed. Ideally, we're not stressed all the time, but in the modern world, it's hard not to be with so much stuff going on. So at the very least, hopefully we can find small pockets of time to truly relax and regenerate and refresh. Things are going to be stressful regardless. But at least if you give yourself time to recover a little bit, you'll be a little bit better equipped to handle the stressful thing. Consume liquid. Yeah. Consume liquid. Yum, 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 yum. Unfortunately, the liquid is Pepsi. And not water. At work, we have unlimited soda, which is really bad. And I actually don't like soda most of the time. I haven't been much of a soda drinker for maybe the last like decade or so. Like one day when I was like a young teen, I was like, you know what? I don't like sodas. And then I just stopped drinking them entirely. But then now I have unlimited sodas at work and they have so many different flavors. So I've been like slowly trying them every time I go into the office to figure out which ones I like. And I feel like I still don't like that many. This Pepsi, it's not my favorite. But I also don't want to waste it, so I'm trying to finish it. Do you guys have a favorite soda? Do you like soda? Or do you prefer other beverages? I feel like I'm definitely like an iced tea, lemonade kind of person. And water, of course. I love water. What kind of work stuff do you do? Um, I work, um, I work at a tech company. It's like a company that does like business software, I guess. It's kind of boring. I wouldn't, it's a, it's kind of boring. I'm not gonna bore you with the details, but yeah, I work at a tech company. But specifically, if you want to know like what I do, how do I explain it? I guess we have software, right? The tech company has software, and we have designers, like UX designers, user experience designers, that design the software, and then they hand it off to developers who like code and do that kind of stuff to develop the software and send it out to people. What I do is I help the designers by designing tools and components and writing documentation and that kind of stuff to determine like the building blocks that they're going to use to build the software, essentially, I guess. Does that make sense? Yeah. So technically my position is senior design systems designer. So I do design systems, but I feel like that's still kind of technical for people that don't work in tech. So that's maybe my best explanation. I love fizzy drinks for the fizzy, but I don't like consuming the sugar that. Interesting. I like the sugar. I don't like the fizz. When I was a kid, I used to like wait till the soda was flat before drinking it. Is that crazy? Some people think I'm insane. I don't really do that anymore though. Now I can appreciate the fizz, but I don't like it when it's too fizzy. Kind of trips up my mouth. It's a weird mouthfeel, and texture is very important to me. Cream soda. Oh, cream soda. Cream soda is good. Trade spots, please. Well, I quite like my job, generally speaking. I would like to keep it. Though, if I could be a VTuber full time and make the same amount of money that I do at my regular office job, maybe I would switch, but I don't really see that happening. I understand. Okay, yeah. Yes, that's my job. It's absolutely still a killer behavior. Intentionally making soda flat. I'm just like juice. I think that's the lesson, is that I just prefer juice, actually. I don't like soda, I like juice. I'm drinking a hard strawberry cider. It's not very good. Still better than any beer I've tried, though. Yeah, beer is terrible. I don't like beer at all. I agree with you there. Cider depends. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. Reload. Hey, what's up? Hello, welcome, welcome. We're just vibing, we're just chilling. We're talking about sodas. If you like sodas, what kind? Or like, what is your favorite beverage? So I just realized I'm calling them sodas because I know that most of you are like American-ish. More American, but like we don't call them soda, we call them pop in Canada. But sugar is still bad in large quantities, and these multi-billion-dollar companies love to put hello sugar in their drinks. It's bad. That's true. It's very unhealthy. And it could give you kidney stones, I think, if you drink too much, something like that. Well, I've never gotten to try the terrible taste of beer, and I never will. Yeah, I'm glad that you don't. I'm glad. Beer is awful. I don't like it. I'm a beer hater. I'm actually an alcohol hater. I don't like most alcohol, and I've tried a lot. I've had a lot. So I can definitively say most alcohol, not very good. It's very overhyped. It's very overhyped. When you're young, sure, drinks are fine, whatever. But like now that I'm older, I'm like, I don't want to drink. Why can't we just dance? Like go to the club. I don't want any drinks. I just want to have fun and listen to nice music. and chill with my friends. Pop, heck yeah. Yeah, pop. I used to not like beer until I had moved to Portland and discovered the thousands of different types. I guarantee I could find you beer you like, but can you even like beer across the border? Or take beer across the border? Yeah, you can. You do have to declare it if you take it across, but usually it's fine. And if you stay, I think the rule is like if you stay in the States for a certain amount of days, you can bring across a certain amount of valued goods. And so like beer is usually not that expensive, so it's pretty easy to bring across. If you bring across something that would probably have like a lot of duties on it, like fancy liquor, then maybe you might have to like pay some fees and stuff. But beer, beers I have definitely brought across the border before. Um, Four Locos. My friends have requested Four Locos from America. So sometimes if we go to the States just to like shop or like we're there for a quick kind of hangout in Seattle or something, we'll ferry over some Four Loco because we don't have that in Canada. Or like what else? Buzz balls. We don't really have buzz balls. Or maybe we do now, but like we didn't before. Yeah, all the terrible alcohol. I call it soda because I talk to too many Americans. Yeah, same. My favorite beverage is sweet tea. Ah, sweet tea is quite good. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the 1 bit. 1 bit. Every bit counts. She's just a hater to be. I am. I am. It is what it is. Call me a hater all you want. I'm not gonna deny it. I hate some things sometimes. Well, I can also never try ramen stuff now. Wait, why can't you try ramen? Ramen is so good. No, sad. I've tried loads of beers and hated all of them. She's a hag. I am a hag. Are you calling me young? Or are you calling Jaff's Rob young? I doth agree that I have alcohol in my bag and I plan to throw an absolute rager at my place. Yeah, that's what you tell the border guard whenever you bring your Four Locos. Your backpack full of Four Locos. Real girls scare me. Thank you for the follow. I regret to inform you that I could potentially be a real girl behind the VTuber, but in the meantime, I will let you live your delusion. And I'll give you name trace. Ready? RAILS_GIRLS_SCARE_ME. Welcome, welcome. Like, oh my god, yeah, there are definitely a lot of like insane different kinds of beer, and I'm sure there's some that I have found to be less offensive than others, but in general, I don't like alcohol and I don't like super fizzy drinks. So I'm okay with not liking beer. I'm okay with being a hater. It's also not very healthy for you, so if I hate things that are unhealthy, is that so bad? I have celiac, so I can't drink beer, I can't eat ramen, I can't even eat cake. Oh, I see. That makes a lot of sense. That sucks. That's really tough. That's really tough. I am not celiac, obviously, but I have a dear friend that is, I don't think she's like fully celiac, but she's like gluten sensitive, I guess, and it just developed like randomly, which I didn't know that could happen, but apparently, yeah, you could just develop an allergy to gluten at some point when you grow up. And I'm like, oh. And so it's like I've learned a little bit about buying gluten-free foods and stuff. But it is tough. It is tough. There's gluten in like everything. So many pre-made foods have gluten in them. I've never considered if Canadians call it soda or pop. I think it's for fountain drinks or soft beverage. Sometimes I hear fountain drinks if it's from like the actual fountain. Sometimes I hear soft drinks as well. I see soft drinks. Yeah, we use a mix, and we all know what all the words mean. They're all the same, but like typically, if you're just talking to someone, you're like, can you bring like pop to the party or something? Then yeah, or like on a menu, if you're like reading the menu, it'll say like soft drinks or pop, I think. That's gluten free. Yes. I don't like rum. I don't like beer. I don't like wine. I don't like most alcohol. Yeah. Yeah. Agree. I'll drink if I have to. I'll drink if I have to. And there's cocktails that I do like, but I don't like a lot of different kinds of alcohol, typically. I'm like over alcohol now, I think. I've tried it all. I'm like, it's all right. I just feel sick afterwards. The kind of drinks that I like give me hangovers later, so it's not even worth it. What's up, Goofy Goobers and Serious Goobs? Hello, welcome, Butt Fungus. How's it going? Really though, I don't like apple. What's wrong with apple juice? I love apple juice. I feel like hard cider is like beer. I'm thinking one of those gateway beer. It's actually similar to it. So basically, you hate White Claw. I do not like White Claws either. Wait, you don't drink liquid poison bread? Portobello German Hefeweizen. Slice of orange. Oh. You live in a place where apples are plentiful and you don't like apple juice? I love apple cider. Apple cider, like, not like the alcoholic kind, but like the spicy juice, apple juice, spicy apple juice kind. I love apple cider. It's so good. I have an apple tree, and my grandparents have an apple tree. There's apple orchard just outside the city. I can go like 20 kilometers without finding apples. Oh, I see. Maybe you're just like, yeah, you're maybe too inundated with apples that you no longer like them anymore. Did you know native apple trees can vary in taste from cotton candy to peach to licorice to incredibly inedibly bitter to banana flavored? Yes, I did know. Just gotta go to Azerbaijan. The apple. Wait, what? The apples we eat, 90% of them come from 2 trees from Azerbaijan. Whoa, that's what? That's crazy. Really? As a German, if I may not like beer, I may go to prison. Okay, well, I'd prefer peanut if you did not go to prison. So, we keep on drinking beer. I think that's also why I am hesitant. I'm hesitant to visit Germany, or even in the UK. I felt a little bit out of place because, like, people go to the pub, people have a pint, and I'm like, I don't want to drink beer. And I just sip my water or my girly cocktail. But it's like very odd. It feels very weird. I'm not integrating in the culture very well. Keep your bread juice. I'm gonna keep my partially rotten apples. Yeah, alcohol is probably not great for if you are ill. So that makes a lot of sense. Well, it's not great for you regardless, actually, so, you know. I've never liked apple juice, but I've always liked cider. Apple juice is too dry, and I don't like its aftertaste. Interesting. Like, it's like too dry. Like, is it dry? Is it tart? I would have described it as tart. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what dry means. I have seen and picked crab apples here that taste much better than store-bought apples. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Yeah, any fresh, like, organic, local apples are probably gonna taste way better than any store-bought apples. Hi, Kira, how are you? I like to sugar, what, me talking or me kind of petting on my microphone? Moist, 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 moist. Why do people dislike the word moist? It's fine. I think moist is fine. I've looked it up. The province I live in has 16,000 acres of apple orchard. That's a lot of apples. I'm decent. I'm just gonna get pizza ready since there's nothing else at the moment. How are you doing? Yum. Enjoy your pizza. I'm okay. I'm a little bit tired today, so we're just chilling today. We're just vibing today. Yeah, work has been kicking my ass, to put it lightly, so. I'm just trying to decompress. I shop a few cities over that sells over 3K sorts of beer. 3K kinds of beer is insane in one shop. How are there that many kinds in one shop? That's wild. And you can tell the differences between all of them? Damn. Oh, I remembered what I was doing. Hi, hello. It's I know I can't. I don't drink much. You're German, but you don't drink much? What does not drinking much mean? What is the standard? Portland had a beer shop like that, and also after I left, I found out they had a whiskey club like that. Oh, man, people love alcohol. There's so many different kinds, like an insane amount. So your job is basically like being a mediator between UX, UI designers, UI, UX designers, and software devs. You design documentation so both sides can understand each other better. Yeah. Anyway, but I also I'm still part of like the UX organization, I would say. So like, I do documentation and I create components, and those components are used by the designers to build stuff. So instead of like building a button from scratch every time, I build a button component that's reusable, and they can like style it however they want it, edit it however they want, but it still like matches the right like UI principles, I guess, and themes and all that good stuff. And then yeah, also making sure that the developers follow it as much as possible. But I find that sometimes they're more focused on getting it to work than getting it to look right. In case of a case of beer, 24 bottles at 500 milliliters. That's about 2-3 months for me. I know some that drink that in a week. In a week? 24 bottles? 24 500 milliliter bottles. Wild. That would take me years, I think. That would take me like 2 years. I drink one a month. if that. I think I have some bottles of alcohol that I've had since I like moved out of my parents' apartment like 10 years, not 10 years ago, like 6 years ago? No, 8 years ago? I forgot what year. Yeah. Yeah, right. That sounds cool. Hello. Function over form. Nice. Well, ideally, you have function and form both together, marriaged. But, yeah, I tackle a little bit of both. Yeah. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Welcome, welcome. How's it going? Tuning fork. Okay. Yeah, kind of. Wait. Just here, listen to me yap. Yeah, I started drinking more after I lost my job working on fixing it though. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you lost your job. I was in a similar position in earlier this year, so I totally understand how it is. It's tough, but I believe in you. Hopefully you'll find something soon. Cute avatar. Thank you. Thank you. The design is my own, but the model itself is made by Peachy Pond on Blue Sky and Vijan, who is an amazing artist. Oh, I'm glad. Okay, I'm gonna do tuning forks. Ready? Hey, Ori, hello. Peeking in nicely. Got out of college like 6 months ago. I've been job hunting since then. I think it's especially hard for new grads at the moment, especially if you don't have any relevant work experience. It can be very tough to land a job. But I believe. Holy fork. Yeah. Yes, Peachy. Oh, I realized I don't have a command for my model information. But it's in my Twitch about section. I have two tuning forks that are different frequencies. There's this one, and then there's this one. I like them both. I honestly thought that they were the same one when I bought them, but I bought them at two different times, so I was wrong. This one is 128 hertz. The other one doesn't actually say, so I don't know what it is. I've been applying to everything though, fast food, retail, etc. Yeah, I know. Bartender's been looking for a second job, and he also cannot find anything local. Just like even like serving jobs and stuff. It's been really tough. I think the economy is not doing so hot lately, so jobs are a little hard to come by. believe that opportunities will come your way in time. You just gotta keep trying, even though it sucks. And for me, I feel like I kind of got lucky. Because it's a company that I worked for before, and I knew some people there, and I kind of called in a favor of sorts, got a referral, and then that was my only callback. So it pays to know people. FM. I'm not sure how I would pronounce your name. Anyways, I'm gonna give your name twice because I can spell your name even if I can't say your name. Ready? FMMDYT. Thank you so much for the follow and for joining the onsen. Sugar mama Moni. I'm trying to be my own sugar mama. I don't have time for any babies, all right? I don't have time for any sugar babies. I am my own baby. The vibe coding is the thing I've really been wanting to create my own job hunting application automation system so I don't have to waste my precious time applying for a job like I'm not gonna get. Yeah. This is one use of AI that I understand because like, yeah, it's kind of whack that all of these companies are using AI to filter through their applicants. So even if you're a good applicant, if you didn't write it in the way that the AI was trained to read it, you're not gonna get through. So, you know, I understand like fighting AI with AI. You should still check it over, but like it can help if you have a tool that like allows you to apply with the same tool that they're using to assess, you know? Fighting fire with fire. Yeah, kind of. The Chase is one of my favorite checkers. I only does it when new people show up sad. Yeah, it's for special occasions only. I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll do a oops, all name traces stream. Or I'll just trace random words for you. I'm gonna make it like a free redeem for a day. How does that sound? Okay, we have echoey mouth. We have double echoey mouth sounds. Okay, so I will do it for a super long time. Hold on. Krispy Kreme. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I feel like I've heard of Doug Doug, but I don't know who Doug Doug is. Hmm? Hmm? What does that mean? Doug Doug is insane? Why? What's wrong with him? And his chat is worse? In a fun way. Oh. Insane in a fun way. Wait, what makes him so insane? What makes him so insane? Douglas. Oh wow, the bringing out the Wikipedia. Okay, description. Hold on. Douglas Scott Redden, known professionally as Doug Doug, is an American YouTuber, Twitch streamer, podcaster, and former Hearthstone caster and producer. He makes gaming videos that revolve around him doing various gaming challenges, often involving the use of artificial intelligence, modifications to games, and giving his viewers on Twitch heavy control of the game or stream. Oh, I see. He's one of those like hyper interactivity streamers. And also released a book? Wow. About what? About streaming? Or about something else? That's cool. He sounds like a cool guy. Wait, the what? He published a book, which is just the word Doug, about 15,000 times? Why? My favorite page, chapter 12. Doug, 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 Doug. Indeed. So true, Doug. So true. That's crazy. That's a wild thing to do. Oh my goodness. I hope it gets into AI training software. Why are we talking about Doug Doug? Do you know about Doug Doug? I've never heard about Doug Doug. Which is, so I was asking because Krispy Kreme brought it up. But yeah, I've never. I'm not much of a stream watcher, admittedly. So like I feel a little bit out of the loop when it comes to like non-VTubers. He did it for the sea otters. Aw. I also would do it for sea otters. I would do most things for sea otters. They're so cute. I love them. I do. That's why I was asking. Oh, yeah. I didn't know about his book, which is just Doug 15,000 times. Best dream IMO would have been hilarious if he'd slipped a single dimmadome. Oh my god. Doug Dimmadome. The Doug Dimmadome. Doug Dimmadome. Owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. He's very funny and incredibly creative. It sounds like it. I'm reading the Doug Doug Wiki now. Has an old plus 25 plus year old. Yeah. So old. I wasn't expecting to hear talking about another streamer as soon as I opened the stream. I mean, yeah, we typically don't, but I was curious. He tortured his chat to get them to leave a 10,000 viewer or more only stream. Wait, what? Wait, why? Why is he like BDSM doming his chat? What's going on? 10,000 viewers just stood there for 30 minutes watching an offline stream? Damn. That's crazy. Cause he can. Cause he can. The power. The power. Yeah, in this case, I'm okay with it because I asked. Otherwise, I'd be like, okay. But I would probably switch topics if I wanted to. So thank you for checking, Sally. Water. I don't have water. I have Pepsi. I have Pepsi. Well, I'm trying to get through this Pepsi, but I don't really like it, but I don't want to waste it. Okay. Yeah. You know, the classic chat reflects the streamer. Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Nut. Are you nutting for Doug Doug? Damn. Damn. Hello next time. How's it going? That's wild. Y'all are wild. I think like most mainstream streamers, like if you're over like, I don't know, like however many K viewers, I'm probably not gonna watch a stream just because like, I don't know. For me, if I watch a Twitch stream, I like to chat. I like a little bit of banter. And I think when you're in a chat that's that big, you just get lost in the noise. But I like clips. I mean, they're all famous for a reason, so I'll watch their clips if they're like a huge streamer. So sometimes I know some of them. I know some big streamers, but I don't actually watch their streams. I think that's pretty common. Nice. Wait, Doge, why would you do this for someone you don't know? Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, Sam, I prefer clips if they're huge. Yeah. It's just like, I don't know. I don't like having to say something and then we've already moved on to the next thing, or it just gets like spammed with some other random stuff that's like, okay, well, now no one's gonna read my comment. It's okay. Yelling into the ether. And I'm not gonna pay money, so I'm not gonna pay money for Senpai to notice me. I'm good. I don't want to stream, but he has a YouTube channel where the best streams get edited into a story. As most good streamers do. I don't do that. I'm too lazy. Well, I'm lazy, but also I don't have time. Maybe if it was my full-time job. I've looked for studies on the psychology behind chatters who just like to spam big streamers. Wait, what is the psychology? I would also like to know. Can someone study this? Can someone study this? I feel like this has to do with, I mean, like part of the big parasociality debate, perhaps. Maybe just the feeling of belonging, maybe tribalism. I don't know. I'd be curious to investigate. Okay, Krispy Kreme. I'm just gonna give you a warning, but I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. At this point, you've completely lost me. Alright, I'll share if I find any. You'd be surprised what's published. I've mainly been on a kick reading about running and maintaining online communities, since if I didn't get sick, I would have been reading that for my research anyways. True. Makes a lot of sense. Well, I don't think that, like, I guess, what am I trying to say? I think that it's not, maybe parasocial is the wrong word, but it's like, I don't think, I think what Kai is talking about is maybe slightly different from what you are talking about. Because, like, for some chats, if the message is not resulting in something else, then it's like, why? Because I think for Doug, it's probably like, it seems like it's very interactive, right? But in other instances where it's like, I don't know, like Kai Sinat or like Pokimane or whatever, like if people are just like poggers, Lamau, L, like, why? Like, why? I guess the chat kind of ends up becoming like a big hive mind, like, organism at that point. Maybe. Recently, I had this crazy idea to create a simulated streaming environment where we basically have a fuck ton of virtual AI viewers spamming in chat based on whatever your camera is streaming. So, like, if you aim your camera at a plant, chat be like, plant. That is a crazy idea. I think it's kind of interesting if you could get it to work, but also, like, why? What are you trying to do? What does it mean? Speaking of hive minds, I recently watched the pilot of Pluribus on Apple TV, which I know it was on Apple TV, but it is quite good. It's by the same, I believe it's by the same director as Breaking Bad, which I still haven't watched, and people are mad at me about that. But I believe it's the same creator as Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and it's about a writer. She is like a romanticy writer, you know, like fantasy, romance, pirates, space, kind of like trashy novel, but like really popular. She's like that kind of writer, but she kind of hates it. And there's also this like insane like science, there's a lab, okay? There's a lab and they're getting signals from these huge satellites. They're getting these signals from this interesting sequence, and then they realize that that sequence is perhaps a DNA sequence of sorts that's been transmitted to Earth. And I feel like I don't want to spoil it, but these two things collide. Perhaps these two things collide. And I'm really intrigued to see the rest, but I've only watched the first episode so far. And the first episode is free, I think. If you open it up on Apple TV app, on the app, you can watch the first episode for free. But I don't pay for it, so I need to figure out how to watch it without having to pay for it. Or I'll bite the bullet and pay for it. We'll see. Maybe I'll wait till the whole show is out. But yeah, it's very interesting. And like some batshit crazy stuff happens. And it's just like, but yeah, it's related to hive minds, I suppose. all the psych people. If he uses bans the stream feature, Twitch chat can't guess my secret rule. I'll unleash it on all them. Rip chat. I guess it's in that sense. It seems like Doug streams are just like playing a game in a way. Yeah, that sounds fun. Yeah, same. Got sick on break until I make enough money to go back. You can DM me about that? Okay. Sounds interesting, but also if it's Breaking Bad people, thanks for sharing. Yes, it is the same peeps, I believe. And I think it might even be in the same universe. Actually, I don't know. No, probably not. That'd be crazy if it was. Are they not connected at all? I thought they were still connected. Are they completely different? I mean, I don't actually know if they're linked or not. I also don't know how it would enhance the universe at all, so I don't think that they are. It depends. Some are like sequels now, but they have retconned and connected them all through multiversal nonsense. Ah, I see. That's not my favorite. I feel like I prefer if it's well thought out ahead of time, but I guess that doesn't always happen with franchises when they didn't expect them to be franchises like that in the first place. And Gilgamesh is a character who shows up as the same Gilgamesh in several. Like, are they like a god? Like, do they not age? How do they travel? Are they like a vector being? Like, they exist in every universe? They can travel through time and space? Or they're just like, yeah, I don't know, he's just there. They're played as a buffoon who, gets sucked into portals or something. Oh, I see. They're always playing with portals. That seems like a cop-out. I saw something about a giant spider robot that is chasing some god, too, in Final Fantasy? Wow, I realize that I do not know much about the Final Fantasy multiverse, I guess. I'm gonna travel through the rift. The rift. I see, I see. Would you guys want to travel through rifts? Would you like to be a time and space traveler? The catch is you can't go back. Like, would you risk it all to go somewhere else? I had to check and have confirmed pluribus is not connected. Okay, yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Would you too like to run through the rift? Yeah, exactly. Eat pizza, travel back, eat it again. Eternal pizza. Eternal pizza. That doesn't sound half bad. I was actually just thinking of this old 1000 show, Sliders. It's a group of teens with a scientist. This group of teens with a scientist go through a portal and they're stuck trying to get home, and they have a time limit at each place. Oh, that kind of sounds fun. That sounds fun. I come, as they say, a Rift Runner. The trading card game. Oh, I didn't realize there was a trading card game. No, because I might end up in a realm without Monet ASMR live streams. Yeah, but that's true. That's true, potentially. Potentially. I believe that I'm only streaming to one universe, but I don't actually know that for sure. I guess technically I could be streaming to infinite universes. So, there's a chance you'll find me again. But I was remembering a world ruled by MTV in one of the episodes, and it was a big party. The catch was when you turn to age 22 or 25, they just execute you. Oh, fun. Okay. Well, I'm dead then, I guess. R.I.P. I do not exist in that universe. It was a great show. Self-aware, cheesy Buffy the Vampire Slayer era. Oh, I love that. I do love Buffy. I love Buffy stuff. So if it's got the same vibe, I'm down. It's one of the indie VTuber trading card games out there. Oh, I see. Cool. That's really neat. I feel like I haven't heard of. I've only heard of V Card. I feel like I don't know if I've heard of any other indie VTuber trading card games, but it's nice that there's others. It's nice that there's a couple other projects. What kind of world would you be most terrified of sliding into? What would be the best worlds, do you think? Best world. I don't know. I feel like the bestest of the best probably has a lot of stipulations. Like I wouldn't it's like a genie wish situation, which I don't know if I would be able to be specific enough to like define what the best world is, but you know, ideally there's a utopia of sorts where everybody gets to be free to do the things that they like without without like going hungry or like You know, everybody has basic needs. Everybody has all the stuff that they need to survive, and so they can just focus on the things that bring them happiness. Maybe that's too vague. I should just have a simple answer, like the world that has unlimited pizza or something. Yeah, Storms of Murder Hornets actually does sound like perhaps my worst nightmare. I have a huge, very rational fear of swarms, I think. Even if it was a swarm of stuff that wasn't murder hornets, I still would probably be afraid. Because, like, if you think of, like, a swarm is so many things. Like, a storm of murder hornets? Like, do you know how many hornets that is? That's like billions of hornets. No, thank you. No, thank you. Even if they were, like, not as terrifying as murder hornets, whatever it is in that amount with that velocity, no. Like, even if it was puppies, I think my fight or flight would kick in. I love puppies, but not that many puppies. It's so scary. Mm, yeah. Yeah, murder hornets does definitely sound like perhaps my worst nightmare. Anything that has too much of one particular thing, very spooky. Like if it was a spider planet, nope. Nope, no spider universe, thank you. Or like a world where you have a wrestling persona and perform once a month. That's fine. I like that. That sounds like a fun universe. That sounds like a fun universe. I prefer to think about the fun universes versus the terrifying ones. And what's your finishing move? I don't know. I like a fun, flippy, spinny move. I think those are fun. But I feel like since it's me and since I love frogs, I would have a frog splash type move. Probably, but like modified somehow. You know? Spiders Man, a colony of spiders in a Spider-Man suit that collectively believe themselves to be Peter Parker. Yes, actually. I have looked that up. Because funny that you bring up Spiders Man, because I recently brought up Spiders Man to my friends too, and they were all horrified. But um one of our friends, it was his birthday and he's into Spider-Man, and so we made him like kind of like a birthday card, but well, okay, his girlfriend made him a birthday card, but it was like basically a Spider-Man Spider-Verse comic. And so she got us all to pick a different version, like a different Spider-Man to be in the comic. And then we'd have our like little birthday blurb. And so people picked like Penny Parker, people picked like classic Peter, people picked like different iterations of Peter Parker, people picked like the funny one, like the cat one, Spider Cat or whatever, or like the cartoon pig one that I'm blanking out on the name of. So all very fun, cute ones. And then I I picked Spider's Man. Spider Ham, yes, thank you. Yeah, Spider Ham. But yeah, I picked Spider's Man, and then everybody was like, that is the worst thing that I've ever seen. Like looking at panels of Spider's Man just makes you itchy. It just makes you itchy. It's awful, but I thought it would be funny. And I think the spiders hive mind, another hive mind, but I do believe that the spiders are trying to do good, as all Peter Parkers would. Okay, I just read about him. It's a real comic. Wow. When Spider-Man tries to hide that for some reason, it develops a craving for human flesh. That's cool. That's nice. Yeah, for some reason. We don't really know why, but you know, it's fighting its dark urges. And I understand that deeply. I can relate to those thousands of spiders. Tower reading? Yeah. Sure. Okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna shuffle these cards. Okay, Kai, I'm shuffling this deck, and I'm gonna keep shuffling until you tell me to stop. Oh, you've met the artist? You met Yoshitani. They seem very cool. Stop. Okay. Okay. Stop. Oh, you bought some of the prints. Nice. Okay. Your first card is Strength. Your second card is the Eight of Coins. And your third card is the High Priestess. Oh, I see. Very cool. Okay. Let's see what these mean. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. So typically how these readings go are I have 3 cards, one to represent your past, one to represent your present, and one to represent your future. We'll see how these go, but I'm not the best reading, so I'll try. Alright, Peter Parker fell into a colony that was being bombarded with radiation where the colony absorbed his consciousness, for a better term. Yes, yeah. I vaguely remember that being the plot. Okay. So, Kai, your first card is Strength. This is represented by Tamlin, which is a Scottish fairy tale. The Strength card is about willpower and determination, focus, persistence, and the ability to confidently stare any challenge in the face and overcome it. This is not physical strength, but a purity of heart and purpose. Upright, this card represents courage, conviction, control, determination, and patience. Your second card, represented by 6 swans from Germany. This is a German fairy tale. This is also the 8 of Coins. Sorry, I didn't mention. The 8 of Coins represents the long haul, the slog in the middle of a project that needs to be completed. The little princess needs to keep weaving nettles in silence if she wishes to set her cursed brothers free. So, upright, this card represents craftsmanship, commitment, determination, ambition, and concentration. Your final card is the High Priestess. This is represented by Shahrazad, which is an Arabic folktale. Wait, Flopsy. Flopsy, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome to all of Flopsy's viewers. How was your stream today? I'm just in the middle of doing a tarot reading, but I wanted to say hi first. And if you'd like any triggers, let me know. But in the meantime, I can give you a bit of a name trace. Good night. Name trace really quick. FLOPSIEVT. Okay. Go to bed. Good night. Okay. The High Priestess is a keeper of vast knowledge, with a story for every situation. Scheherazade. Now I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Scheherazade, maybe, asks the listener to focus on what their subconscious tells them, encouraging them to form their own conclusions. Her power is vast, yet subtle. Her answers are always mysterious. Upright, this card represents wisdom, intuition, dreams, meandering, and enigma. Fancy. We're speaking in fancy tongues, very fancy tongues indeed. God's mom, hello, welcome to Onsen. I hope you have a lovely stay. Let me give you a name trace as well. Ready? Scheherazade? Okay, well, I said that wrong. Thank you. Could you reread the last line there? I was taking notes. Like what the card represents. This card represents wisdom, intuition, dreams, meandering, and an enigma. So mysterious. So from what I gather, perhaps in your past, there has been a lot of trials and tribulations, but you've always met those trials and tribulations with courage and conviction, determination and patience. And that does sound like you. In your present, you are going through a very difficult time. The Eight of Coins is represented by a princess who is doing a very painful task, weaving nettles in silence in order to break a curse. And so I do feel like in your present, you are going through a time that is difficult, that is painful, but also you are very determined. You're very committed and concentrated on your goals. And it also seems to require a little bit of craftsmanship and creativity
whether that be the creation of something physical or the creation of something digital, which I do feel like is perhaps the case for you. And it seems like the reason why you're doing these things is in order to kind of get through this difficult time using your artistry and creativity and determination to do so. And in the future, it seems that there is a lot of wisdom to be gained, a lot of dreams to be fulfilled, but there's also this kind of free-flowing spirit, this mysterious and intriguing enigma, a wisdom and intuition about you that's only gained from the many years of trials and tribulations, the many years of courage and determination and conviction that has led you to a point where you're able to provide your wisdom to others, perhaps in a fun and mysterious way. Yeah, I feel like it's quite apt for you. How is your reading? But of course, as always, if you feel like it doesn't really fit, you may look up the meanings of these cards on your own as well. But it's all in good fun. Oh, no worries, no worries. Better late than never. I hope that your lady is doing well. This is very reaffirming, and I really appreciate you acknowledging my past struggles, sometimes past few months, and saying I met them with determination. That touched me, makes me feel better. Thank you. Of course, of course. It was the cards, honestly. I just try to interpret what the cards were trying to say to me, but I feel like the message was pretty cohesive this time. Heart of the cards. Heart of the cards. Atos TV, hello, welcome, welcome. Allow me to give you a name, Chase, as a thank you for the follow. ATOS_TV. I advise you don't start with I'm not very good at it because you always get good feedback. I guess I am getting better, maybe. I think usually I can figure out what the cards are trying to say, but sometimes I've definitely had certain readings where I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, none of these make sense to me. But usually there's like a through line of some sort. The week of the blood moon is coming, so I must attend to her chocolate needs. Ah, I see. Very important. Very valiant of you. Everyone loves Onee-san. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Chocolate. Okay, we have wooden frog next. Do you not have a chocolate store? We have a whole chocolate factory, actually. But I think there's also a lot of like chocolate stores and malls and stuff. in certain areas for us, there's like very specialized chocolate stores, I guess, manufacturers, chefs. They're not like bakeries, but they're like kind of the same concept, but for just chocolate. We have a couple of those, and they got the fancy stuff, and it's all very, very good. It's very, very tasty, but very, very expensive. Chocolate can get pretty expensive. Okay. I think this is a good time. It's bother time. We're gonna be bothering Vi. We're gonna raid Vi back because she raided last time. I'm kind of new to Twitch. Exclamation mark word is Twitch integration command, right? I don't know actually. Is it? Does anyone know? Does anyone know? I don't think I have that in any of my commands, but I don't know if it's related to anything else. Maybe. I mean, you can try it. I don't know if it's gonna work. What are you trying to do? Miku, hi. Welcome. How are you doing today? I was just about to raid, by the way. So I'm gonna start that now. We're gonna be raiding Vi. Vi is very sweet. A very wonderful ASM artist and witch and cool person. Also Canadian. Very fun. This is the raid message. Please copy the top message if you're a subby and the bottom message if you're not yet a subby. And then I know there's like a whole discussion about commands right now. But if you want to see a command in action, you can. If you do exclamation mark titty, you can see all of my social medias. Especially pay attention to the last one, which is the link to my YouTube ASMR account, if you like ASMR roleplays in particular. And I saw there was a follow. Welcome, monkey. Let me give you a name trace really quick. Ready? MUNKIEX03. And Miku, really quick. MIKUMIKU338. Okay. Bye, everyone. We can put all our stuff